Different senior phone plans or calling plans. For some seniors, the typical cell phone plan may not fit their needs very well. The typical cell phone plan includes large amount of talk time that usually exceed their usage. For a senior who doesn't work anymore and isn't involved with a growing family of teenagers, their calling needs are sometimes much less. In some instances, in fact, it can be more economical to pay more per minute if usage is low enough. There are both traditional postpaid plans and prepaid cell phone plans that might be better to meet the needs of seniors today. Now, sometimes we ask the question, why would cell phones for seniors need to be any different than from a typical phone? Well, for many of us, as we get older, our needs change. In some ways, a senior might find that they need a cell phone that is easier to handle, something that is easier to see or easier to hear. Sometimes they say maybe a more simple cell phone. And other times, people say that the phone is simple enough to handle, but the plans themselves are not. Now, with kids out of the house, full-time employment perhaps is behind most seniors. And the cell phone plan with the huge amount of minutes of data and text is much more of a exceed their need and might become an unnecessary expense. So today, there are a lot more options available to seniors than they were, say, even 5 years ago, even 3 years ago. Some phones like this on this page here are what you call feature phones. These are simple phones. As you can see, they just have a small screen. They do have a regular keyboard, but they are not what is called today smartphones. They have very low capabilities. I really don't recommend feature phones anymore because you can get very inexpensive smartphones that do so much more, and you will see how easy are they to operate, and once you use them, you're not going to think ever again to go back to a feature phone. Smartphones are the way to go, and I'm going to show you how simple it is and very much what the plans are that we should be buying today. As you can see on this page, there are dozens and dozens of different phone plans today, and they go by the whole gamut of prices from $50 to $65 to $80 to $100 to $50 to $60, $70, $80, $140, including payment for the device, and so on and so forth. We're going to discuss here how you can buy outright a very inexpensive phone and get a plan that's going to be fitted exactly for your own needs. I believe that there are two plans today for seniors. And basically, if you kind of find what you're looking for here, I would doubt it. So the two plans that I think are the best for seniors right now are Ting, Ting.com, and Consumer Cellular. Now, Consumer Cellular has been around for a while also and advertises a lot on TV. So they spend money on that. You're going to pay for that. Any advertisement, we pay for it. On the other hand, Ting doesn't pay for advertisement. You kind of have to dig for it to find it. But they are actually a company that is the company behind Ting. It's an old company in the internet for a long, long time. So, you got to feel comfortable with them too. They basically use all the carriers that we have today, the four major, and just as Consumer Cellular does. So I think what I recommend is you got to go to each of these companies and check their plans and their phones. And once you go there, write it down, put down there what you need, how often you talk, how many texts do you send every month, how much data do you use, because let's not forget that most of the time we are going to be under Wi-Fi. And when you are on the Wi-Fi or you are connected to Wi-Fi, you will not use any data. So most of the time, your usage of data is very low. So find out how much are you using every month, and then you can have an idea of how much you actually need, and then you can go from there and figure out what plan is best for you. So these two, Ting and Consumer Cellular, are the two that you should go and check. You'll be able to save at least 50% of what you're paying today. And if you have either one of these two plans, go check the other one at the same time, and you might be able to save yourself maybe $10, $15, $20, $30 a month. So all I'm saying is check them out, find out what's best for you, and then decide. Anything else, you're going to be leaving money on the table. And that's one thing that we don't want to do, is leave money on the table. So hopefully you'll actually enjoy this little review about what cell phone plan we should be using as seniors, and come back and subscribe and give it a hands up or a thumbs down, whatever you want. And we'll continue to review other things for us, for seniors.